Yo, Key. Yo, Mike.
Doggone it, y'all missed my whole intro. My bad. What is up, y'all? What is up? Again, it's Key, and I got my man, Coach Donte. We're back in the building for another Fadeaway Podcast. How y'all doing today?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Some wild basketball last night. I seen another 25-point comeback by the Clippers. Y'all better quit playing with them Clippers. If your team is playing them Clippers in the first round of the playoffs, I'm telling y'all, don't play with them Clippers. They're known for comebacks. 12 wins when losing by 11 plus points. That's the most comebacks in the NBA. Y'all better quit playing with them Clippers.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we got people in the chat, Taco and Burn and Shayna. What's going on? What's
What's
going
going
on?
on, sweetheart?
Thank
What's going
y'all.
on, my
Thank
boy
y'all.
Burner? My boy
And
Taco.
and the merch is 15% off. As you
15%
know,
off.
Coach Donte got his shirt on. I got the coach's shirt on.
Yes, sir.
So let's go. I mean, go get that merch 15% off until I think Sunday, I believe. So
Sunday.
the link is in the description. Make sure y'all go hit that merch up. But let's get into the topic at hand. That game last night, Utah Jazz and the Clippers, the return of Paul George. PG-13 is back. Didn't think I would see him this season, but he's back. Um, as Donte said, the Clippers came back from that 25-point lead. You did that game last night.
Yep.
What did you see about that game? What did you think?
I thought, like I said, at first the Jazz came out. They were hot as a hot pocket last night. Mike Conley hits a half court three at the end of the first quarter. They really shot the ball well last night. I thought, Utah really starting off shotting the ball well. They led going into the first and going to the second half. They came out the second half with a lot of momentum. They got up about 25, and at the late stages of the third quarter, like in the middle of the third quarter, the Clippers start making their run. Terrence Mann, who's a dog. Paul George had 5 steals last night. He was big on the defensive side of the ball. My guy Isaiah Hardenstein, he used to play for the Houston Rockets, coming off the bench with some big minutes, some big plays off the bench. Reggie Jackson, who shot poorly all night, he tipped into some big shots last night. It was all around team defensive effort last night. Then when the fourth quarter came, they were able to get the lead manageable to at least 14. Then the fourth quarter happened. That's when Paul George started clamping up, and the whole team, Clippers team, start putting in terrific offense. Paul George hit some big threes in the fourth quarter, as well as Reggie Jackson. One play, Paul George took it to the basket, and he went up right over Rudy Gobert, right into Rudy Gobert's chest, and laid it up and gave him the lead. Right after that, Donovan Mitchell gives the Jazz back to the lead. Then Paul George hits a big three, pretty much 117, 115. That pretty much put the game pretty much gave him momentum from the whole game. And like I say, same old goddamn Jazz. Every single time you goddamn look up, they just annoy me every time I watch the Jazz, because like I say, again, you're thinking you're getting a good Jazz team that has potential, but then again you switch to the old Jazz that we actually know that cannot win a playoff series. They cannot get past the second round of the series. They cannot connect on the offensive side when they need to. They look like they rely on Donovan Mitchell even more when the game get out stretched. And Donovan Mitchell, like I said, I put the Instagram post, I believe, in the group chat, shows signs of frustration and frustration of losing that lead. Like I said, I think if they have an early playoff exit, I believe it's going to be time for Donovan Mitchell to be asking out, because this team is really too good. You got some good people on the team. It's just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if it's the players. But again, no excuses from losing a 25-point lead like that. And you had a great 3-point shooting night. You didn't shoot bad from the field. Shot good from the field all day. Just couldn't close it out. Last night.
Definitely. And then I got the tweet here. Of course, after Donovan Mitchell, after Jazz blew a 26-point lead to the Clippers in repeat of the 21 playoffs. In his words, Donovan Mitchell says the same shit It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. So let's go on to these stats here. I got them pulled up. Donovan Mitchell, of course, 33 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. He was 0 for 4 from 3, but he was 12 of 21 from the field. Conley chipped in with 19 points. Who else? 12, 13. You had 13 points from Herman Gomez had 13 points from him. You had Rudy Gay off the bench with 11. And then, of course, Jordan Clarkson, 17 points off the bench from him. And then Gobert only had 9 points. Gobert, I'm sorry, y'all, who are Gobert fans. I can't stand him. Gobert sucks. Gobert stinks. Just call him the French fry. I do not like Gobert. And for him contributing 9 points is not unacceptable. Unacceptable. 9 points. In 38 minutes, you only scored 9 points. But he had 5 fouls, so that's probably why. He got in foul trouble early. And then on the Clipper side, Paul George comes back, drops 34. He was feeling it. He was 6 of 9 from the 3. Reggie Jackson, 21 points. Luke Kennard contributed with 17. And then Herb Harvestein with 14 points. But no, I think Donovan Mitchell's going to win out.
Man,
Donovan Mitchell has to get out of Utah. He got to get out of Utah.
It's an interesting stat that I looked at last night, Key. Luke Kennard shoots 45% from 3. That is scorching hot from downtown. That is better than Steph Curry this year. Shooting from 3, 45%. That is the most consistent thing. I wish the Sixers had something like that, or the Rockets had something like that. Somebody that can shoot 45%. That can knock down threes every night. But like I said again, Clippers play hard. They play hard every single play. They never quit. They never give up. Y'all remember this team, the Cincinnati Bengals, what everybody used to call them the Carniac Cats one year when they were coming back repeatedly. That's what remind me of the Clippers this year. They are the Carniac Cats of basketball. The Clippers are the Carniac Cats of basketball. 12 comeback wins. That's the most in the NBA.
That's crazy. Rest in peace to my Lakers this year. Can I have a moment of silence?
Yeah, you should.
We're gonna talk about the Sixers game. We just gonna recap last night's game because there wasn't that many.
There you go, Auntie Sis. I gave you a moment of silence.
Doug's still in rehab.
Doug was funny last night.
Of course, my Sixers went down 118 to 116. Sixers were up in this game. Again, we can't blame anybody, but if I'm going to have to take the blame, I had to put some blame on Doc Rivers. There's no way you have Paul Millsap on a Giannis Antetokounmpo for 17 straight points. Come on, Doc. What are you doing? Doc, what are you doing with the rotations? But Giannis with 40 points. He had 22 points from Middleton. Brook Lopez is back. 17 points from Lopez. 18 points from Drew Holiday. Gary Grayson Allen even contributed with 10 points.
Look at that. I don't know, I give you a moment of silence, bro. There you go, Doug. I gave you
I don't know what happened to my Lakers this year. I can't believe we went and traded Kyle Kuzma for Westbrook. What were we thinking? I tried to tell I look, y'all need to get LeBron out of playing GM, develop your young talent. Maybe if you didn't get rid of Kuzma or Brandon Ingram, Alonzo Ball or Josh Hart and those guys, maybe y'all have something. But that's LeBron that won stars in here.
I'll tell y'all what. I'd rather have San Antonio scheduled than have y'all scheduled right about really now. Y'all would be
Westbrook for the Lakers season. The person to blame is AD. He's supposed to be the number one. Isn't it? Yep. I think it is Anthony Davis' third injury, if I'm not mistaken. Or Caruso as well. Y'all let go Caruso.
Yeah.
But the Sixers, Tobias Harris had 22 points. Joel Embiid had 29. James Harden had 32. The Sixers' problem is the role players.
Yeah.
We don't have any role players. And our bench stinks.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring. Yeah.
If Embiid was having an off shooting night, but he came around into it. That last play, That Giannis blocked. Joel could have went up strong with that and dunked that. Probably maybe would have got to the line to shoot that game winning free throw. But it's 12 seconds left.
Doug, we'll give you a moment of silence, Doug. If you come in here, Doug. Hey, I know how I feel last night, and y'all gonna be playing a pissed off Utah Jazz team, a pissed off Donovan Mitchell tomorrow, which is I will be on schedule for that game. I'm sorry, I will have to be laughing at y'all, but hey, it's easy to laugh at a team like that supposed to be better than 85% of the roster when healthy, of everybody roster when healthy. But like I say, when you got LeBron James on your team, I mean, you can't rebuild talent. You can't get talent. You can't recruit talent. You can't keep young talent when you got a LeBron on your team. LeBron wants to win now, but right now, like I say, the problem is clearly defense. The Lakers can't even guard me out there. I don't believe the Lakers can guard me out there. If I'm playing basketball, I don't believe they can guard me. They can't guard Key. They can't guard my baby over here. They can't guard nobody. They can't stay in front of nobody. And like I say, man, it starts with LeBron James. Like I say, he's good on the court, but as far as, building his own team, that's too much power right now. He put the team together, so again, he's going to have to wear it as well at the same time. What's good, my guy, AK?
So to answer Anthony Price's question, you traded the role players away for Harden, and we only got rid of Steph Curry and Andre Drummond. Now, I get that Andre Drummond is a good serviceable backup. He probably would have, I don't think it would have been. I mean, he could have defended Giannis, but come on, it's Giannis. And then Steph Curry, like I said, he's hot some days he's not. So that could have been another, but I mean, I get it. But Doc got to figure out his rotations, because there's no way you leave the starters on the bench so long that y'all have a lead and then the lead's blown because we can't finish in the fourth quarter. We cannot finish games in the fourth quarter, and that's going to kill us. That's definitely going to be an exit out the playoffs.
I heard something about when we was doing the 72 of the second yesterday. I flipped on my phone and meant say take Danny Green out. Please say Danny Green out.
Danny Green wasn't really doing much. He only had 9 points off the bench. I mean, Danny Green is good for them. He's a corner specialist. He's good for the three. He's good He's good defensively, depending on who's on. But there's no way I'm letting Giannis score 17 points on Paul Millsap. He's 37.
Did y'all play DeAndre Jordan?
No, we didn't play DeAndre Jordan at all. Doc didn't put him in at all.
You should have just at least put him in to eat up some minutes, though.
So we got the younger guys on the team. We got a Paul Reed. We got a Charles Bassey who has height. Who cares if they foul out?
I'm just saying, if you got him on the bench, play him. Play him. You're a playoff team. Play him.
That's the thing. I don't get that Doc don't want to play.
Let them get some burn experience.
Bench to see who can step up. Like, yeah. I don't understand.
You gotta get a spark. You gotta put somebody. If you don't put DeAndre Jordan in, let Paul Reed go in now and eat up some minutes a little bit.
He was like, I almost put Paul Reed in. Are you kidding me? The last time that Giannis played Paul Reed blocked to a Giannis shot. So why not? If he gets fouled, so what? He's there to eat this foul out. Who cares if he fouls out?
Yeah, he gonna learn eventually. If he foul out, he gonna learn. He gonna learn, man. You gotta let these young players groom and grow, man. You can't be afraid of putting them in. You gotta let them play. Y'all let them put it in and grow. Y'all let them put it in. Let them play.
Find out Danny Green. No, Danny Green ain't doing better on the Sixers than the Lakers. No, he's not. The Lakers could have kept him. He could have stayed with the Lakers. What else more Danny Green has to prove? He has 3 rings. What else does he have to prove? He has 3 rings, and he got back to back at that. The Bulls beat the Wizards 107-94. The Nets beat Detroit. I mean, earlier in that game, Detroit was up, but the Nets did come back 44 by KD. Ooh, Lord. 44 by KD, 41 by KD.
Yep.
Bruce Brown with 15, Andre Drummond 14 and 13, Kyrie with 24 points, Steph Curry 11, Nicholas Claxton had 11 points, and then you had Cade Cunningham 34 points, and Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart both with 15 points.
Yep.
The Pistons, the things I can say about the Pistons, of course they're not that great. They got a young team, but one thing about them, they do hustle.
Yeah, they just like us. They just like us too, man. Like I say, one thing the team do, they've been fighting pretty hard lately. The Rockets, everybody, we've been fighting pretty hard lately. We almost beat San Antonio. We almost tied it up, put them in the overtime with KJ Martin with that dink and doink, that toilet bowl that rolled around the rim. And that was pretty good. That was a pretty good showing, but again, I'm kind of glad San Antonio won because they tied with the Lakers and they got a better conference record, a way better conference record. Now, San Antonio played Memphis tonight, and if Memphis lose, San Antonio lose, I think the Lakers will go back up by, the loss column, but if the Lakers lose back on Thursday, that will come back right between San Antonio. But if San Antonio get a big win tonight, like I say again, San Antonio is at home against Memphis, I believe, without no Ja Morant, without no, last time I checked, Jaren Jackson Jr. ain't played, and San Antonio is a good, scrappy basketball team. Like I say, I believe San Antonio will make the playoffs. If they win tonight, San Antonio will make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we got the Vince McMahon of the group, Spotlight himself.
Surprise.
Surprise, Coach Spotlight in the building.
Fucking surprise, man.
Let's welcome Coach Spotlight in the building with a round of applause, y'all. You in the building.
What up? What's up, y'all? What's going on? You know, I had to put the old-fashioned 76ers on because right now my Sixers ain't got no fucking heart.
It ain't that we ain't got no. It ain't that we ain't got no heart.
No.
Come on, man.
I'm putting on ain't no stopping this now.
Oh, damn, you taking that back.
Type shit. Come on.
All right, then of course we got the Lakers losing to
Doug,
Dallas.
where you at, Doug?
128-110. The Dallas Mavericks put up 82 points in the second quarter. 82 points
against the Lakers
in the first half.
How are we not surprised?
No LeBron and no AD. Yeah, that was the most in franchise history. 82 points in a half. Russell Westbrook was the game high. No, he wasn't. Westbrook had 25. Malik Monk had 28. And then THT with 12. And then Stanley Johnson with 16. Luka Doncic with a triple-double, 34, 12, and 12. Reggie Bullock, 17 points. You had Powell with 12, Brunson with 12. You had Bartans with 14, Dinwiddie 13, and Josh Green with 12 off the bench. So that we're going to get more into the Lakers in a few. And then that comeback game with the Clippers, 121-115. But the topics at hand, we got last night's games off the way. We're going to get into our picks and predictions later on for this night tonight. But we got some topics at hand. Is Russell Westbrook to blame for the Lakers' woes?
No. He's part of it, but he's not the main blame.
He's part of it, but he's not.
I feel like it's the Lakers organization fault more than the players' fault. Number one, you let LeBron come in and bring all these players in. Number two, you let LeBron get rid of all your young stars to bring in 30-year-old AARP ass players to think you're going to have a playoff run against a lot of young teams that's in the Western Conference, like the Phoenix Suns, the Golden State Warriors. Even though the Golden State Warriors, they're veterans, but they're still younger than the Lakers. The Denver Nuggets, still younger than the Lakers. The Utah Jazz, still younger than the Lakers. Like the Memphis Grizzlies, younger than the Lakers. You're not going to go and build super teams anymore with older players. You just can't do it because the league is getting younger and younger every year. So LeBron James, you got rid of all these players that's doing well in different cities now, and now you screwed yourself trying to give Carmelo Anthony a ring. Do you want to bring back Dwight Howard after winning the championship with him? And then Frank Vogel, he's just not. Frank Vogel is. See, Arku, you said the Jazz are frauds. Ain't no more fraudulent team out there than the Los Angeles Lakers. They are the most fraudulent team all season. Just because they gave up that big run and lost to the Clippers, the Lakers been doing it all damn season. So if we're going to keep that energy for the Lakers as well. So Westbrook is part of the problem, but he's not the actual problem. It's this organization let LeBron do whatever he wants. Is number two, LeBron think he can bring in any player and think he could win a championship right now with. No, I don't even know who is the youngest player on the Los Angeles Lakers at this point.
It might be Reeves, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe Austin Reeves. Malik Monk still 25, about 25, 26. He's still a little bit young. Kendrick Nunn is still a little bit young, a little bit, but outside of that, you don't got no. You got number 30-olds outside.
I think it's Austin Reeves. He's 23.
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm just so you get rid of all of your Lonzo Balls. You get rid of.
Oh no, it's THT. He's 21.
Yeah, THT.
Oh, Horton Fucker.
Yeah, Horton Fucker. Yeah.
I'm just saying, but yeah, LeBron has a problem with young players, but you see what happened when he did play with young players. When he had a young Kyrie in Cleveland, Kyrie kind of carried them in their finals in that last game when they won the championship. Besides the block, outside of LeBron block, who made the clutch three? Kyrie did. So let's just keep it a buck there. So this is why Kyrie and LeBron's not together anymore, because LeBron can't work with young players. But you still want to come in. LeBron's want to play until Bronny is coming into the NBA. Make it make sense, bro. Bronny's going to be young. LeBron's going to be like 60 by the time he gets there. I'm just saying. I mean, probably, I want to say 60. I'm just over exaggerating, but I'm just saying. It's really more of the team and the team overall in as an organization than it is just Russell Westbrook. He's part of it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I say I don't think he's the problem, but he ain't the only problem.
Yeah. I mean, then again, you got like I say again, like you trade away guys like Brandon Ingram. He's in the playoffs, right? He's in the playoff game right now. LeBron is out of it right now. Lonzo Ball, he's in the playoffs right now, even though he's injured as we speak. He's in the playoffs. Kyle Kuzma got actually better, averaging double this year. So everybody he's traded away. Josh Hart got a little better, even though he's with Portland, and Portland don't got no direction at this point right now. But he's gotten better, no doubt. He's gotten better. But like I say again, then you got perimeter defense. You can't guard nobody. Every time he turns the ball over, he want to hold his head down, not play, get back on the defensive side of the ball. Them old guys can't guard the perimeter. You got no fight. You don't really got heart like that. Everybody want to point fingers. You get Dwight Howard, you don't want to play him. You want to use LeBron at the 5, which is he's too small to guard the big old guys and wear them out a lot. So the problem is with the organization and LeBron, because this is the team he wanted. He thought he can win with Russell Westbrook when nobody else can't win with Russell Westbrook. If LeBron can't win with Russell Westbrook, nobody can win with Russell Westbrook. That's just being honest right there. So again, it goes through the organization. Then you're going to give LeBron the second part of the blame, because even though he produces on the court, but again, he brought these players in here. These are the players he brought in. These are the players he wanted to play with. Then you brought Carmelo Anthony, who never plays any defense at all. And Anthony Davis gets hurt way too much. He comes back, gets hurt, comes back, gets hurt. I would consider trading him and listening to calls about Anthony Davis in the offseason. We know they're going to get rid of Russell Westbrook in the offseason. They're going to find a way to get rid of him. That's already came out. It's just all around dumpster fire.
But my thing is this, though. The Lakers knew that coming in when you traded Anthony Davis, you knew he was already injury prone. Because he was like that in New Orleans. It's no different. So going to get Anthony Davis that year that they won a championship, can we all agree and say that even though that was in a bubble, that championship was a fraud? Is Frank Vogel a fraud of a coach? Like, that's the biggest question to me.
I want to give Frank Vogel a pass on here, because when you get a LeBron James led team like that, and LeBron is calling all of the shots of that team right there. I think Frank Vogel, I just don't think this is the team Frank Vogel can coach. I just think if Frank Vogel move on, he'll be better with another team, coaching something.
You think he'll be better with a younger team, though?
Yes.
Or Frank Vogel needs to just grab balls by the horn and say, "No, LeBron, you're not running this."
I think he will be better with a younger team. I think he will be better with a younger team, like the Pacers. That team was up and coming. You saw how great Frank Vogel did with that organization. He did great with that organization.
He just couldn't get far in the playoffs with them, and then he missed the last couple of playoffs in the end of that tender after Paul George left. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot that went into why he got fired in Indiana.
Yeah. And it's a lot that's going to go into him that's going to get him fired in this offseason too. But I want to give Frank Vogel a little bit of a pass on his behalf because I just don't think this is a team he can actually coach. I just think if he gets a hold of one of these younger teams, I think he can develop these younger players. And I think he can get guys that want to play hard for him. Right now, Lakers have given up. I've seen games where they've given up. They've given up too much. When they get down, they give it up.
You might just be an ambassador for the Lakers. How many goddamn games you did this year? I'm just saying. I don't know how. As a Lakers fan, I cannot sit through a game where my team is doing so bad every single night and do a play-by-play. Because knowing me, if I go back to doing play-by-plays, and if I would have saw the way the Sixers play last night, I would have cussed out Doc Rivers if I was doing play-by-play again. That's just what it is. I would have ripped him a whole new asshole. Pause. I'm just saying.
Like you can coach discipline, but you can't coach effort. You can't coach when your players are not giving effort on the court. They're literally not giving effort up on the court, not diving for loose balls, not hustling. When they're turning the ball over, their heads are down. They're not running back on. You can't coach effort. You can't continue to coach your guys on how to play hard, but you can coach, being you can coach discipline, but one thing you can't get, I'll give Frank Vogel a pass on. You can't go out there and coach your guys on how to play hard. And Malik Monk already came out and said it. Sometimes I don't think we play hard. He said it in a recent interview in a press conference. I don't think we play hard. You can't coach that. You can't coach telling your players on how to play hard. They gotta want to play hard, and they don't play hard every single night.
And that's why I feel like Frank Vogel might be the issue. Because if you're gonna play for your coach, who else are you playing for? Are you just playing for a check?
Right. So and I'm going into the second part. I had a two topic question about the Lakers, but since I had topics on here, we might as well just throw this in here. So would the Lakers be better just missing the play-in tournament all around? Would you shut down AD and LeBron and just say F it?
I think LeBron already shut down.
I think the team shut down pretty much. But if they not shut down, I still don't think they're going to make it because of their schedule is going to get them. I mean,
right now they're ranked 11th in the Western Conference.
Starting tonight, look at San Antonio's schedule and look at the Lakers' schedule. Whose schedule would you rather have? San Antonio. They play Memphis tonight at home, which is, I think they can beat Memphis. They beat Memphis. They play twice, Portland twice within a couple of with back-to-back. That's enough to
San Antonio can win both of those games.
San Antonio is going to blow out both of those games. The Lakers, they play a pissed-off Utah team. They play a pissed-off Utah team. They play a New Orleans team. I don't think they can beat New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans has their number.
They play Golden State. They play Phoenix at Phoenix and at Golden State. They end the season with Denver. And Denver's going to play that game because they're going to be fighting for a 6th seed. So you know that they're going to play that game. You know they're going to be playing that game. And you play Oklahoma City, who the Lakers lost to twice. So I think San Antonio will be already in the playoffs by the time them guys come back. They'll be already make playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be kind of useless for the Lakers try to make a push. They're just that remaining schedule in itself. But the question is, and I have this thing now. Mind you, we almost in the NBA playoffs, right? Most of those games are those starters and players that's going to be resting. So that could, in a way, that could, even though I don't want the Lakers to make it to the play-in at all, but that can help the Lakers if these players are resting.
I still don't think it's gonna make a difference. I think the starters might play. I think the starters might play a little bit, and then that next, they might play the first half, and then the second half they might be like, "All right, you don't got to play no more," type of thing, depending on what the seeding is or how .
Yeah, but I mean, if Phoenix locked up the number 1 seed, I don't think
Oh
they're
yeah,
going to play.
they're not playing
I
there.
don't think
Yeah.
they're going to play their starters. So it's a possible. I mean, I'm not saying the possibility they can make a playoff run. I can see them actually beating Phoenix if they don't have their starters in. You just, I mean, it really depends on what the Lakers' mindset is going into these games. You got to think if I'm a Laker player right now, I'm thinking like, okay, we are the 11th seed, and most of these teams, like the number 1, number 2, possibly the number 3 seed, already locked in. They're not going to play their players. So why not make a push? But that's only the mindset of the Lakers. And right now, I think they're already checked out and said, fuck it, let's just go to next season.
I think they've been checked
I
out.
said the same thing yesterday. It depends on the mindset. If they want to set them, if they feel like they want to go in the playoffs strong and get that play-in tournament, get to that play-in tournament with an opportunity to get into the playoffs, I think it's up to the organization. Or if they feel like they now this is too bad, we might well go into next year. Then I don't blame them. But like I say again, they may have some fight with Anthony Davis and LeBron James, but I think it will be already probably too late. But I think Denver is probably one out of those teams that's gonna play their players because they got something to fight. They got that 6th seed to fight for, and they're very close to in that 6th seed because you drop off the 6th seed, you're going into the play-in tournament. You're actually going to be in the play-in tournament. So I think Denver's probably the only team out of those that's going to play their players. And New Orleans got to play their players because they own a play-in spot. They own the 9th seed in the play-in spot, so they gotta play their players. And Oklahoma City is playing everybody. Their season has already been done, but they still gonna have a fight left in them.
All right, and I know we talked a little bit about this earlier, but is it time for Donovan Mitchell to move on from Utah?
I'm gonna let you take this one because I might have to break this down a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's time for Donovan Mitchell to leave. To be honest, I think it is. I don't see them going to no Western Conference Finals. I can actually see them losing the first round matchup. And like I say, any team, like you look at the Jazz season this year, like again, what team when the Lakers are struggling on separate game losing streak, what team do the Lakers beat to stop the losing streak? It'll be Utah. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they going down to Salt Lake City tomorrow and beat Utah, but I don't think it will happen because, like I said, again, Utah is the only team that stopped the Lakers losing streak twice, both times. Both times they were up. They were up 14 in the fourth quarter against the Lakers. They were up 25 last night against the Clippers. They still lose the ball game. Donovan Mitchell has a great game, 31 points. Rudy Gobert is in foul trouble. You don't got nobody outside of Donovan Mitchell that can really make a play and create their own shot, probably besides Michael Conley. This team is just the biggest fraudulent playoff team in the Western Conference right now. So, again, and they shot well last night and still lost. But like I said, again, I think it's time for Donovan Mitchell to go. If they lose early in the first or second round, which I think it's possible they can very much lose in the first round. Matter of fact, I'm going to pick against them in the first round. I don't give a damn. They like I say, Donovan Mitchell is going to get up out of there. I think it's time for a change of scenery home for Donovan Mitchell.
I'm going to say this. When it comes to the Utah Jazz, what have this organization went out and get to help Donovan Mitchell?
Absolutely nothing.
My question is do anybody wants to come to Utah? You got to think about the market. What can it benefit the player outside of a basketball player? What can you actually do in Utah? Let's just be real. So, number 3, I feel like Donovan Mitchell is just as loyal as Damian Lillard is in Portland. I don't think Donovan Mitchell probably wants out, but deep down, he don't want to leave Utah. He doesn't want to leave. But as you, Donovan Mitchell, as you being the star of this team, you got to pull some LeBron strings here, bro. You're going to have to pull LeBron strings what he did in Miami. Try to get a Damian Lillard to come over here to play on the opposite side of you, or go get another star player to come play with you. You're going to have to start chilling out with these guys in the off season to be like, what's up? Like, I could pull some strings here. But then on top of that, you got to look at they lost Joe Ingles for the rest of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
That really hurts the Utah Jazz. Even though they played well last night, but they're missing the left-hand shooting of Joe Ingles. I'm sorry to say, the guy is just he's a different style of a player that you really can't, like, you could defend, but you can't defend. A lot of left-hand players you really can't defend in this league. It's hard to defend a left-hand player. It goes back to the Ginobili days, even further than that, with left-handed players. So you missing him. Rudy Gobert is only good for defense.
Gobert stinks.
He stinks offensively, but he's great defensively. But it reminds me of a young Meta World Peace in Indiana, where he couldn't buy a fucking basket, but he had the best perimeter defense in the league. Go back to Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman couldn't even make a foul shot, but he had a great defense. That's what Rudy Gobert is. Rudy Gobert, for his height, I think he should be scoring more, but he's predominantly a good rim defender. That's why they have him in that starting lineup. Until he improves his scoring as a big man, I think we looking at a different story here with Utah. I think if he could be as dominant as Embiid and Jokic, if he could get that type of offensive play style for his size, I think Utah Jazz would not be as fraudulent as they say. But the fact that even though that Donovan Mitchell and this Jazz team still make it to the playoffs with no secondary star, that says a lot about the organization. But you still have to go get someone if you want to get over the hump.
Donovan Mitchell.
Shout out to Donovan Mitchell, man. Listen, I'm telling you right now, Donovan Mitchell, bro. I think you want to stay in Utah, but in the back of your mind, you like, fuck this team, bro. Seriously. You like, fuck this team.
Look, D Wade is partial owner. He gotta get something in there for D Mitchell.
Exactly. And even though that he's a part owner, he has to pull the Miami string like with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and LeBron James. You're gonna have to do it.
Well, I know it's no time soon, but Zaire, which is his son, is in the G League for Utah. Do you see him possibly coming up to the pros soon?
It's a possibility if he's ready. If the G League, say that he's ready. The question is how much experience is he getting down there? Is he just sitting on the bench or he's actually playing? So you got to really see if he has that experience to be ready to be moved up. If he's averaging about 20 in the G League, 23 in the G League, it's time for him to move up. But if he's averaging about 9 or 10 points, not yet.
All right. So we all know that Kyrie's back full time now. He can play full time. But will the Nets defense cost them a title run?
Yep. And Steve Nash is one of those type of coaches. He played for a 7 or less offense, and Mike D'Antoni that doesn't know how to that doesn't really not a big on the defensive side of the ball. He's big on outscoring people, but I think their defense will cost them a little bit. But I mean, they will be dangerous on the offensive side of the basketball, whoever they play in the playoffs. But their defense got to be a little better. So I believe the defense on the defensive side of the ball, it can hurt them a lot, especially in the playoffs when the game slows down. I believe it's going to hurt them. I believe their defense is going to hurt them. As Steve Nash they're big. Him and Mike D'Antoni, them guys are big on outscoring opponents. And a lot of nights you're not going to be able to outscore your opponents every single night. And especially in the playoffs when it's more game planning, it's more film watching, and the game is going to slow down. A lot of times you're not going to be able to do that. They're going to need to stop someone on that defensive side of the basketball.
I think it's the inexperience of Steve Nash as a coach, because it can mean a lot. I mean, they're pretty old. They're pretty old too, if you're not mistaken. Blake Griffin. I mean, they did get younger with DeAndre Drummond, but DeAndre Drummond is still an older player. Seth Curry is a shooter, but sometimes he can be a liability on defense.
Yeah, because whenever you get burnt by Kevin Herter, Seth Curry got burnt by Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter, come on now.
I mean, we seen it in Philadelphia too. He was kind of a liability on the defensive side. We seen it. So I mean, I think so. I think the Nets defense is going to hinder them from winning the championship. You think you can score 140 points, but you give up 156 and think you're going to win the basketball game. That's just not going to happen. That's unrealistic numbers. But I'm just saying.
The score last night was 130 to 123,
and they still lost, right?
No, they won.
See, you still.
But they were losing to the Detroit at first.
You give up 120 points to the Detroit Pistons.
Yep. Durant had to score 41.
Let me make sure I heard this correctly. The Detroit Pistons score 120 points on the Brooklyn Nets. I'm gonna make a hot take right now.
And if
this happens on a consistent basis, Brooklyn would be eliminated in the first round. I'm calling it right now. If you give up 120 points in the playoffs, you will not advance to the second round. They will be out in the first round. Sorry, Durant. Sorry, Kyrie. Just don't win games like that. If Durant has to keep putting up 41 and then Kyrie got to put up another 41 just to win games, they might just. But if this defense, if giving up 120 points a game in the playoffs, you're losing.
The net, right? Well, let's just swing into the next thing here. We're going to go break down the standings real quick. Of what's what. Oh, one other topic. News before we go. Toronto, you have to be vaccinated to play in Toronto. It's word that some of the Sixers in Boston won't say if their teams are fully vaccinated. So whoever plays in Toronto, they're not vaccinated, they're not playing. So that could be some key people who's not vaccinated, your team won't play. They won't say who it is, though. They won't come out and say, oh, our team is vaccinated. So this definitely could impact the playoffs somehow if you have to play in Toronto. So that's going to be interesting moving on to see that. But right now, with the standings in the East, it's a battle for the East for number one right now. Miami's right now number one. You got the Bucks at 2, Boston's 3, Philly's 4. The Bulls has been lingering around at that 5th spot. Toronto is at number 6. So they're the locks in right now, that 1 through 6. Cleveland was hot during the year. They fell off. They're in 7. Brooklyn's 8. Charlotte's 9. And Atlanta is 10. So
technically they will be in. So technically Brooklyn will be in the playoff.
Brooklyn's in the play-in team. Yep, Brooklyn's a play-in team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brooklyn won't even make it in the playoffs. They'll lose in the play-in if they're gonna give up 120 points. They'll lose in the play-in.
So it'll be, I think the 7. I forget who plays. Is it the 9 and 10 play each other?
9. I think it's 9 and 8, 7 and 10.
Okay, so Cleveland would play Atlanta, and then Brooklyn would play Charlotte. So Brooklyn definitely could get past Charlotte. Then they got to play whoever wins out of Cleveland and Atlanta.
I see Charlotte beating Brooklyn. I'm sorry.
What? Really?
I see Charlotte beating Brooklyn just because even though that you got Durant and Kyrie, they don't have no perimeter defense. Their perimeter defense stinks for the Brooklyn Nets. LaMelo could score 30 on his defense and win. For real. And then PJ Washington.
They got LaMelo, they got Bridges, they got Rozier, and IT's over there too.
They are a hot young team against a mediocre kind of old team looking like the Lakers without Kyrie and Durant. If you look at that roster, the rest of those players outside of Kyrie and Durant, who else can you rely on as a third option?
They got Seth Curry.
I'm talking about on a consistent basis because we know Steph Curry is not a consistent player. We know this.
That's really it.
And if them young boys come out on fire in the play-in, Charlotte would beat them. I'm calling it right now. That is my hot take for the Fadeaway Podcast. Charlotte would beat Brooklyn in the playoff. And when it happens, rewind this back.
Oh, I forgot they got Kelly Oubre too. Ooh.
That's what I'm. They got a lot of young cats.
Don't forget Kelly Oubre is from Houston. He's straight up out of Houston. He can ball.
So that's
the young blood.
Definitely. And let me see. So and the Knicks are like on the outside looking in, but they're not catching Atlanta. And it looks like Randall wants out of New York. Where does Julius Randall go, or who picks him up?
Will he be a free agent at the end of the year, or will he be?
Don't know, but it's some drama over there in New York with Julius Randall.
Oh, this is I don't think it's the players. Thibodeau is an old ass coach, and that's the freaking problem. My bad. I gotta turn this down. Shit. My God, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
that thing was bright, but yeah, I feel like when it comes down to it, I think Thibodeau is the problem. And I'm gonna just keep it real. Like Thibodeau has been the problem everywhere he go. Like, and I'm starting to see it from what Gooley's perspective is talking about when when Thibodeau was in Chicago.
Oh yeah, and Dolan too.
Yeah, Dolan. Nobody wants to come to New York because of Dolan. That's another thing. Like people go to New York just to get their money and roll out. But I mean, you still got a RJ Barrett that's still developing. You still got a Quickly that's still developing.
Yep.
You got Obi Toppin still developing. This is a young basketball team. I think they need a young coach that's going to fit to what they do. And for this team is, for me, I feel like the Knicks can be back to that old run and gun type of style, not to a point where it was back in the day. Because, you can't really do fast breaks anymore in the NBA because they following you, in between the fast break. Which I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that because you're slowing the game down.
I hate it for the league. I hate that they slow the game down. I hate that so much. But at the end of the day, I just feel like they need a coach that's going to come in, had them be a more up-tempo style team, and fit to the players' ability. And right now, Thibodeau is not playing these players to their ability. I mean, you got an Alex Burks over there, you got a Fourier over there, you got a nice little squad, and they not even in playoff contention. I'm not understanding that. So I don't blame Julius Randle for wanting to leave, because I think it's Thibodeau and Dolan is the reason why he wants to leave. They're not doing nothing to help the players develop. They just worrying about putting asses in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I just think at this point in time this season, stay committed to them young guys, man. Them young guys are pretty good, man. Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett is having a great season. I mean, Quinn Grimes out of University of Houston, when that guy plays, he's a sharpshooter. Stay committed to these young guys. And Mitchell Robinson is a pretty good defensive player and a pretty good rim protector and a rebounder. Jericho Sims, who they got as a backup, is pretty good coming off that bench for rebounding. At this point, I feel like they just need to stick to them young guys. Get a younger coach in here so they can come in here with these young guys and develop these young guys, because these young guys are already a great talent, man. So let a younger coach come up in here, because sometimes I feel like Tom Thibodeau take away the younger guys' development a little bit, and he wants to make the playoffs so much. He wants to be a winning coach. And all organizations, that's not going to happen sometimes. So I figure why Julius Randle, is kind of upset. Let these young guys play, man. Get a younger coach up in here to groom these young guys, like a goddamn Mark Jackson, who should have been a head coach for many years, the one that groomed these goddamn Golden State Warriors of Steph Curry and these Klay Thompsons. I wouldn't feel like Mark Jackson would be a bad coach for the New York Knicks. He's good at developing. Let him come in here, develop these young guys, and I guarantee you by next year or next couple of years, there will be a playoff team. There will be a second round playoff team. The New York Knicks if Mark Jackson was the coach's team, there will be a second round playoff team at this point.
I really think the NBA is kind of blackballing Mark Jackson from coaching again, and I hate that too. I hate that too. Like Mark Jackson deserves to be a coach again in this league. It wouldn't be that and I don't care what nobody's saying in the chat. It wouldn't be that Warriors team.
One for Mark Jackson.
But that wasn't for Mark Jackson. He drafted what? Curry. He drafted
Clay Thompson
and Draymond.
Yep.
That was your core to a championship. They went out and got other pieces like Iguodala and stuff like that. But still,
yep.
Like y'all really gonna give Steve Kerr that credit? You can't.
Yep. That was Mark Jackson team he should have won the championship with. That was Mark Jackson team that they fired Mark Jackson that they didn't give him
a winning record on top of that.
He made it to the second round of the playoffs and they fired him. That's crazy. They fire him after making it to a second round of the playoffs. They fire him.
And then in the Western Conference, you got, of course, Phoenix number 1. You got Memphis number 2. Memphis has been balling without Ja Morant. Honestly, they can actually sit Morant out into the playoffs, actually, if they wanted to. Golden State is 3. Dallas is 4. Utah is 5. And then Denver is right there at number 6. Minnesota is 7. The Clippers are number 8. New Orleans is 9. And the Spurs are 10. And the Lakers and the Spurs, like I said, they're neck and neck. They're tied right now, same record, 31-31. But, they're on the outside looking in. So it's up for grabs with that play-in team. Honestly, if Paul George is back, I'm definitely going to say it's going to be Minnesota and the Clippers that gets into the playoff. That's my pick for the West.
Who you said to get into the playoffs? What teams you say?
It's Minnesota, the Clippers, New Orleans, and San Antonio.
Okay, so who will play who?
Minnesota will play the Spurs right now if it ended today, and then that'll
be a hell of a game.
And then it's the Clippers and New Orleans.
Yep.
With Paul George back, I take the Clippers.
Yep, I'll take the Clippers, and I'm gonna go on a bombshell right here because I love it. I'm gonna go with the Spurs to make it to the playoffs.
Ooh, Greg Popovich, that right now.
Greg Popovich.
What?
Greg Popovich getting ready to retire. Get this man in the playoffs for one time. Get him.
We thought they're gonna make a Coach K run like Duke doing right now.
I had a bold prediction. I think I said it yesterday. I don't remember. But I said the way New Orleans has been playing, don't count them out either.
They don't need Zion right now. They don't need Zion
because Brandon Ingram is balling, and
DJ McCullough is pretty.
I don't know if that was a great move to move McCullough out of Portland, but he's been playing really, really good. And if they do get a Zion to come back or another star or somebody to complement them to and have a big three, I can see the Pelicans moving up.
Yep. It should have been happening. That Portland team should have been broke up a long time ago. The year that they made the Western Conference Finals, that team should have been done. Should have been broke up. But I mean, again, like I say, CJ McCollum is making a big splash over there in New Orleans. But like I say, I'm calling it right now. I think the Spurs will end up beating the Minnesota Timberwolves to make it to the playoffs. And I'm not saying Greg Popovich gonna do like Duke and win the national championship, but he's gonna get somebody else in the first round.
Going that way.
Hey, I want to go that way. I love Greg Popovich, bro. I'm telling you, I love me some Pop. I love him, man. I think he. This young team still play hard. DeJounte Murray is gonna be a superstar in this league.
Yes,
absolutely. He's gonna be a superstar in this league.
Very underrated in this league as of right now.
Yeah,
just because I was like you get those superstars in San Antonio, but they quiet superstars.
Yes,
like Kawhi was same way.
I don't know where the hell he find these players at. He find these players. They do some good scouting.
The Spurs is one of the best scouting teams in the league.
Yep. RC Buford and Greg Popovich. They do one of the most quietest, underrated scouting that nobody knows, and they groom them and they put them in a system. And I'm telling you, they develop them real well. And run that offense really, really well.
All right, so it's almost the end of playoff time, and we got to break down these awards and who we think is going to be get these awards. So of course it's the MVP race. It's only between Jokic and Embiid. Who y'all got for MVP?
Embiid.
Dante, go ahead.
Embiid.
I want Embiid to win it, but I got a feeling they're gonna give it to Jokic.
He said,
I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
They're gonna really blackball the shit out of Joel Embiid the way Joel Embiid has been consistent all year. Jokic only came on in the second half of this season. I feel like at the end of the day, you don't come on the second half of the season, then you expect to be MVP, bro. He was like in the beginning of the season, you was not putting up the numbers that Joel Embiid was putting up. Joel Embiid was putting up these numbers all year on a consistent basis, even when he set out a few games because of COVID or other stuff. He still came back and gave you those same exact numbers like he never left off. Like, yes, I understand Embiid is not a better dribbler or better facilitator than Jokic. But if you want to talk about back to the basket in pure dominance and not finessing, Embiid is the best center in the league. Hands down.
Well, I can understand last year because he hurt his knee and he was out 21 games. You can't win MVP.
I don't even think he missed 21 games this year.
It was 20. It was like 20 something games he missed because of that knee.
Not about this year.
Oh no, this year he only missed he hasn't missed any. I mean, they rested him, but besides of COVID, he was out for that maybe like six games because of COVID.
But I don't think he missed 21 games this year.
That was last year he missed 21. This year,
right,
he didn't miss that many. But again, I still feel like the NBA is biased against Joel Embiid. I don't know. I don't understand why. Because if you bring back Jamal Murray or MPJ right now, Jokic's numbers are going to go down. Embiid had Harden come in, and his numbers stayed the same.
Exactly.
They don't move. They exact the same. What 7'3", 280 person that has athletic, the talent, the shot, he can get you a three, he can go coast to coast, he can post up, he can do the pick and roll. What center right now is that dominant in NBA? I don't see it with Jokic. He's not. So I'm going to say Joel too, but I know they're not going to give it to him. They're not going to do it. Moving on, Defensive Player of the Year.
Who's the nominees for that though?
I don't even know who the nominees is. I do know. I think it's Giannis again. I think you can put a Bam Adebayo out there.
I really don't know too many defensive players of the years. You know, when it comes to them. I mean,
if I get a whole category, I can tell you.
Hold on, let me see.
But Giannis definitely gonna be up there.
Giannis is definitely going to. Giannis might win it again. Honestly,
I think.
Do not give it to the French fry again. I'm tired of his ass winning it. Please don't do it. Don't do
Giannis?
it. No, Gobert.
Gobert.
I mean,
Gobert's gonna be in the conversation.
Though. Mad at that though. Like I told you, he's only a good
defender and rim protector. That's it. That's just
I mean, it's not like he's getting NBA MVP, you know what I'm saying? The guy is getting double-digit rebounds. The guy is getting mad blocks. I mean, he does get a lot of foul trouble, but the guy can play defense. He's just shitty on the offense.
So it's between Adebayo, Gobert, and Giannis.
I'm going with Adebayo. I'm going with Bam. I'm going with Bam this year. I'm gonna take Bam.
The way the NBA is biased, I'm going with Giannis or Rudy Gobert.
He's gonna go with Rudy Gobert.
I love Bam's defensive style because he's very undersized, but he could go up against any big man in the league.
Yep.
But I just know they're not going to give it to Bam. The NBA is just as biased as the NFL.
They're trying to get Rudy Gobert to get his fourth defensive player of the year. They'll be if Gobert wins it again, that'll be his fourth.
That's crazy.
But didn't Giannis win it last year? So Giannis might win it again.
Giannis did not win it last year. They gave
Giannis won Defensive Player of the Year. What year though?
Yeah, it wasn't last year. They gave it to Gobert.
It was Gobert.
Yeah, because remember we was all like,
last year.
Oh, remember we was all like, Ben Simmons should have won.
No, Giannis won MVP last year.
I wasn't on that train.
Hey, Giannis won MVP last year. Remember?
Oh, Giannis won MVP and not the defensive.
Yeah, he won MVP.
Right.
Yeah.
What you mean the year before last?
No, the year before last because Jokic won MVP last year.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Rookie of the year, we got Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, and Cade Cunningham.
Oh, this is tough.
Man. Okay. I'm going with Scotty Barnes. I'm gonna take Scotty Barnes.
because Mobley's going to be out for a while, even though
Yep. So
so it's gonna come down to K Cunningham and Scotty Barnes.
And I'm gonna go with Scotty Barnes.
Tough because K been playing really well too for the Detroit Pistons. He been coming on late. So, but if you want to talk about consistency all year, I gotta go with Scotty Barnes.
And then plus he's gonna make the playoffs. He may make the playoffs. Yep. So in K Cunningham, not gonna be nowhere in consideration. And they value it.
We see.
I mean, LaMelo won it last year. He won in the playoffs. He didn't get into the playoffs.
Who?
LaMelo Ball won a Rookie of the Year.
He was in the play-in tournament. He was in consideration. He was in the play-in tournament.
Yeah, but you see a lot of Rookie of the Years that come in. They teams don't make the playoffs though.
Yep.
We see it on a consistent basis. We've been seeing it for a long time.
Yep. And LaMelo, that was obvious though. He was winning that though. It was obvious. If he even didn't make the playoffs, he was still winning. I believe he was.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So who's y'all sixth man? Tyler Hero, Oubre, or Jordan Clarkson?
Tyler Hero.
That's just not guaranteed, Donte. You're bugging.
Nah, I think Tyler Hero is going to win it. I think Tyler Hero. I think Tyler Hero is going to win it. I'm telling you.
I like averaging 20 points off your bench, shooting 40% from three.
I like Kelly Oubre though.
I love Kelly Oubre. He's from you. I love him. I love
Kelly Oubre.
He's come off the bench to give you the buckets.
Mind you, he was coming off the bench with Golden State, and then because now he's coming off the bench with
Charlotte.
With Charlotte.
Yep.
He when he comes into the game, he's just like him and Tyler Hero is neck and neck.
Yep.
When you see them come off the bench, they make an impact. So whoever the third person is, you're not getting it.
Yep.
That was Jordan Clarkson won it last year. So
yeah, but Jordan Clarkson had a better year last year than he had this year because he's in Utah, right? If I'm not mistaken,
he's in Utah. Yep.
Right. So he's been really quiet this year for Utah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Kelly Oubre then Tyler Hero because I mean Tyler Hero's averaging 20, of course, but you have to look at the team that he's on. He's on a Miami Heat team that has a bunch of scores. So if you can't defend one, you're gonna have to defend the other. And that gives opportunity for Tyler Hero to average those 20 points a game.
All right. Then you got most improved player. So it's Ja Morant, Tyler Hero, or Miles Bridges.
I'm going to go with Miles Bridges.
Why the hell they even have Ja Morant in this category?
That's what I said. That's why I didn't go. That's why I didn't pick Ja Morant.
Ja Morant burst onto the scene as a starter of the Western Conference and has been second best guard in the league outside of Steph Curry.
I feel like he's too good for that. He's too good for that, man.
I think they're doing that because Ja Morant didn't really have a 3-point shot. And I think he has developed his 3-point shot this year. As for most, they might just, with the NBA bias, they're going to give it to Ja. I don't want them to give it to Ja, but with the NBA bias is just getting like the NFL now. We already know what award is being given.
How you get a Rookie of the Year and then get a Most Improved Player?
My point exactly.
That doesn't make no sense.
Make it make sense, man.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. There's no way you win Rookie of the Year, but you win Most Improved. How is that even possible to put Ja Morant as Rookie of the Year in Most Improved? Like,
what's going on, Iverson? So,
if Kelly Oubre doesn't win, if Kelly Oubre wins 6th Man of the Year, Tyler Hero will win Most Improved. I can see that.
I can see that.
I don't mind that. I wouldn't mind.
Last but not least, we got Coach of the Year. Got Monty Williams, Eric Spoelstra, Taylor Jenkins. Taylor Jenkins is for it's a good coach.
You got who? We got who?
Monty Williams, Eric Spoelstra, and Taylor Jenkins. I'm going
with Taylor Jenkins. I'm going with Taylor
coach.
Who from the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I'm going with Taylor Jenkins. That's a wild card for me, though. That's a wild card. They may give it to Monty
if the Lakers miss the playoffs. They will miss the playoffs, George G.
They may give it to Monty Williams, but I like going with a wild card.
I think they should have given it. I think they're going to make their mistake for not giving it to Monty Williams last year. He's going to
Thibodeau shouldn't have won that.
Thibodeau shouldn't have won that shit last year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Monty Williams should have got it last year. Monty Williams,
that's what I'm saying.
should have got it last year.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the NBA is going to make up for not giving it to Monty Williams last year.
Now, Monty Williams does deserve it. He does deserve it. But I just went with a wild card. I just went with Taylor Jenkins because I love what he's doing with that young Memphis Grizzlies team.
I agree with that too. I definitely agree with that. Because I think Taylor Jenkins did really well with this Memphis Grizzlies team. But hey, Monty Williams back-to-back years as the number 1 seed. You can't be mad at that.
Of course, Iverson Vlogs is going to agree with us.
Of course, he's going to agree with his sons. It's Iverson Vlogs.
Yeah.
All right, and one last thing before we get out of here, we're going to break down the picks and predictions of tonight's slate. We do got a couple games on here tonight.
Tom Lue is another one that you could put up there for Coach of the Year.
Yep.
Because if you look at that Clippers team, you like even without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they still in a play-in.
Yeah, they shouldn't really even.
They should be at the bottom of the goddamn West right now. Without them, the fact that they are in a play-in spot, you could put it in consideration. But I mean, Monty Williams is doing it. You can put Ty Lue in consideration.
All right, so first game on slate is the Mavericks taking on the Cavs. Who y'all got?
This is Mavericks all the way. Mavericks is hot right now.
They are hot. They're the hottest team in the NBA, probably. I'm going with the Mavericks.
And you got the Nuggets and the Pacers.
Nuggets.
Are they in Indiana? Because don't sleep on this Indiana team.
Yes, they're in Indiana.
I'm taking Indiana over Denver.
We got the Magic and the Wizard.
I'm going with the Magic.
Can we just do Magic Wizard?
I'm
just saying.
I'm going with the Magic.
I'm very disappointed in the Washington Wizards this year. I'm very disappointed in them.
Yep, I'm going with the Magic. I'm going with the
I'm going with the Magic too. I'm very disappointed in the
Wizards. This is going to be a awesome game. Donte, if you want to do this, if we get through this and you want to hurry up and do it, set it up, and I'll just add the thumbnail later. The Heat in Boston.
Add that to the network after this.
Put that on for. Go ahead, roll it.
Put that on the network and Spotlight Sports Streams. Put it on.
Go ahead, roll the dice. I got you. I do it. Oh my goodness, I'm going with Boston. Miami going through something right now.
I'm going Miami because no Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams got the ACL. He's done for the year, and I think that's really going to hurt Boston going into the playoffs.
Well, Robert Williams is done for the year.
Robert Williams, my bad.
No, they said he's coming back the second round of the playoffs. The second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, if they make it to the second round of the playoffs, that's the thing. If they make it to the second round of the playoffs, Robert Williams was a big part of their offense and defense when it comes to running up and down the floor. I'm taking Miami tonight.
Should the Lakers trade LeBron? They're not. If they're going to trade anybody, it's going to be Anthony Davis.
Yeah, they're not trading LeBron at all.
LeBron
would put out his contract, didn't leave. That's what he would do. He
got the Hornets and the Knicks.
Say who?
I'm taking the Hornets.
I'm going to Hornets. I'm taking the Hornets.
You got who you got, D?
I'm taking the Hornets.
Heat, Butler, triple double. Timberwolves and the Raptors.
That's tough.
Whoosh.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going with Timberwolves, man. I'm going with the upset, but the Raptors can't win that game though. I'm not going. The Raptors.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the upset too. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. I think Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns could definitely get it done. This Timberwolves team has been slept on all year, and they just haven't proven. Even though they lose a lot of games too, but they still, But hey, I feel like that Timberwolves team is definitely on a come up. Keep a lookout for them.
Yep.
We got the Kings taking on Dante's Rockets.
I'm taking the Rockets. Let's go.
Hey, I'm with you because the way we've been playing hard lately. We lost by 3 to the Spurs on a buzzer beat, a near top by KJ Martin.
You can't be mad at that, man.
I haven't been
the
mad.
Rockets won 20 games. That's pretty good, though.
I haven't been mad at the Rockets the whole year because I already know how my team is.
Right.
As long as they play hard, I don't really care. I take that. I'm going with the goddamn Rockets tonight.
We got the Hawks taking on OKC.
Got who?
We got the Hawks taking on OKC.
You just don't know what this Oklahoma City
and SGA is out for the year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going with the Hawks.
I'm taking the Hawks then.
Yeah, I'm going with the Hawks. Yeah, I'm going with the Hawks.
I'm taking the Hawks. Listen, see, I'm not going to make these picks on FanDuel because if you make these picks on FanDuel and she gets fucked over,
I was going to do FanDuel today. It was
FanDuel Sportsbook app. I deleted it. I would not lose money again.
It was nothing worth to bet on tonight. I didn't.
I mean, this might be an easy night to win money, but I'm not going to jinx myself. So, no, FanDuel Sportsbook is deleted off my phone. I don't have no sports books on my phone. So, no, I'm good with betting as of right now. Until the playoffs happen.
You said who?
Grizzlies and the Spurs.
I'm going with Spurs. I'm going with upset. At home, Spurs at home, I'm going with the upset.
Let me see. Because, you know, the Memphis Grizzlies play better without Ja. You know that.
Yeah, they play better without him, and they play good without him. They play good with him. They play the exact same. They play the exact same without him and with them.
Exactly. Like, I don't.
Desmond Bane has been balling.
I'm going with Memphis, man. I'm going with Memphis here. They still a hot team without Ja. Yep. That means that they could win without their number one player and still be dominant. I'm taking Memphis here.
And Ja might be playing because he is not on the injury report.
Uh-oh.
Jay Taco, you'll bet me a bowl of noodles. Hold up. What kind of noodles, though? They gotta be oozing noodles, right? If they oozing noodles, what flavor we talking? Because I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat the shrimp flavor. So I'm allergic to shrimp. I can't have no seasoning or nothing when it comes to shrimp. So you got to tell me a flavor, but you got to take shrimp out of it. I'll eat some Oriental. I'll eat some beef. I'll eat some chicken. I'll eat some spicy, whatever. But the shrimp flavor, absolutely not.
Mushroom, creamy chicken. We got the Suns and the Warriors.
I'm taking the spicy beef, J Taco. Spicy beef, oodles and noodles. That's what we doing.
The Warriors been struggling too, man. I gotta go with the Suns. I'm going with the Suns.
Suns clearly I don't. Draymond Green is just not in his. I don't know. Clay.
Wow, Golden State don't have nobody on the injury report.
Go to State.
So Curry might be playing tonight, then, right?
They don't got nobody on the injury report.
Oh, so that might turn into a ball game tonight, then.
Yeah, that might be a ball game. So,
but I'm still going to pick the Suns, though. I'm still going with.
Yeah, I'm gonna still pick the Suns because
I'm gonna still take the Suns on them.
Who's out?
Steph is still out.
Okay, so Steph is the only one out, but Clay and Dre is playing. Okay, got it. I'm still taking the Suns though.
And okay, I had to look at the full report. Ja Morant's out too.
Let's pick that Boston game, J Taco. Boston and
man,
J Taco, Miami.
J Taco, hey, Coach Spotlight gonna find a way to get you. Gonna find a way to get you. Don't let that happen. You gonna find a way.
And then the last game on the slate tonight is Jesus Christ. It's the Pelicans and the Trailblazers.
I'm going with the Pelicans. I'm going with the Pelicans.
Nobody care about the goddamn Blazer Trail.
The Blazer G League team, right?
We don't care about the Blazer Trail. All I gotta say is that I'm taking whoever team that's playing the Blazer Trail. Sorry.
Not the Blazer Trail. And that is your lineup, guys. But make sure y'all stay right on here at Spotlight Sports Network. We got Coach Donte. He will be calling the Heat in the Miami game, and then after that, he's going to do the Suns and the Warriors game. Right.
Double header night tonight, y'all.
I might be on with you, bro.
Come on, Coach. I don't mind.
Okay, I can't put the Heat and Miami game on streams because Gooley's doing AEW, so we can put it on the network.
All right.
Oh, absolutely. So, before we head out, y'all, I do want to give a shout out to Culture Kings. I got my 2 hats from Culture Kings. Came all the way from Australia. They sent me 2 Raiders hats for anybody. Y'all like Raiders fans, but I mean, y'all might like the colors though. I know they saw it in the group chat. But it's the suede black and gold with the gold shield. Of course, got that one. And of course, my favorite color, as usual, like the Spotlight Sports Network. That one is in red. It's suede as well. So shout out to Culture Kings. Definitely check them out on Instagram at Culture Kings. One of the top streetwear for hats, clothes, sneakers. Shout them out, man. So shout out to Culture Kings for make sure y'all follow them on Instagram, man. So they really, really dope with it. So hey, you might never know. They might have some Rocket stuff, some Eagle stuff, that Kelly Green King. Yeah, so you never know. So shout out to them, man. But it's been fun. And I haven't been on a screen in a while, so it's kind of like nerve-wracking. I feel like an amateur again. Like
Oh God.
I took a nap too. I took a nap, so that's probably why I'm not as tired. I did take a nap, so don't. Jay Taco, this was a basketball podcast, but I do love the fact that the Eagles are bringing back the Kelly Green, and now it makes me want to get an Eagles hat. And I don't even like the goddamn Eagles, but that Kelly Green, I'll wear that shit any day, all day.
I think I have a. If I'm not mistaken, I have a hat already that has the old school logo on it already. I think I have. I think yeah. I do. Matter of fact,
It's
I do.
time to upgrade now.
It was already the Kelly Green.
It's time to upgrade now. You got to listen. If they get this was the NFL need to do. They need to upgrade the draft hats and make that Eagles a Kelly fucking Green.
Yeah, them draft hats this year's. I'm sorry, them draft hats this year's.
The draft hats. I think they're better than last year because I got the draft hat from last year.
Oh, see, I like the trucker style hat. So
I don't like the trucker style hat with the mesh.
So I don't I didn't like this year's. Some teams,
imagine they change it to the Kelly Green though, Key.
Some teams' hats are okay. I just didn't like the Eagles. Like Carolina's is okay, maybe because the blue or the red for Kansas City and all that stuff. I just don't like them this year. I just didn't like them. Wait for the NBA draft hats to come out. But again, there you have it, guys. That's the Fadeaway Podcast. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to everyone in the channel. Links are in the description. If you go on YouTube to our community post, we ask y'all what content you like to see from us. So make sure y'all go comment there to let us know what type of content you like seeing. Yep. I know we're going to be getting some baseball soon. Yep. Opening day is a couple days away.
Yes, sir.
Which I wish that I was taking my job, but I'm not taking him now.
Sunday night baseball will be back. We're coming in, so you'll see Coach Donte. He won't be just doing his Houston Astros. He's going to be doing everybody. Make sure you go subscribe to Robert's channel, Philly Talk Podcast. He's going to have Phillies coverage. I'm going to try to do some games, even if it's not the Phillies. God bless us all, because baseball is long, but. Hopefully if we can.
I ain't doing no baseball streams this year. I'll hop in for like an hour and that's it. I am not sitting here for a 16-hour shift that I'm not even getting paid hourly to do. Nope. And nope. Not like who's my baseball team? The Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh my goodness, man.
It's a new year, though. It's a new year. You just never know. They might shock the shit out of us. Who knows? So
they're starting to make some moves already. So we can't give up on them yet. They ain't even. Even though we lost to damn Detroit today, but ain't nobody worse than the freaking who was that? 29-6.
That's the Nationals.
Ain't nothing like
they won. They
blown out.
That shit look like the Super Bowl game with the Falcons and the Patriots.
29 to 6 spring training.
They won in 10. They about 1 in 10 in spring.
Hey, Jay Taco, if you ever want to come up here and talk, some basketball, talk some sports, just hit us up. You see the social medias at the bottom, Twitter at SL Sports Network and Instagram at SL Sports Network.
But again, make sure y'all go like that community post, comment, let us know what you want to see. Hopefully we can get Jake to do at least a hockey game, because that is the hockey guru over there. With the best calls.
I'll be scared to do hockey. I'll butcher everybody.
Well, you know what happened when I did it? I put the audio on. I tried. I was like, nope. I only called out the good plays. But hopefully we can get Jake to do a hockey stream. Again, we're gonna have more baseball streams coming. The playoffs are coming for NBA, so look out for the NBA games. But we'll
I see it, Jay Taco. Give me put that fire back in me, man. I need to be in the debate, man. Hopefully we can bring back Inside the Locker Room tomorrow. Hopefully.
But we got a good again WrestleMania's this weekend, so make sure y'all tune in for that.
That sucks. I got a recording gig.
That's going to be crazy.
The recording gig is not even a paid gig, so I might not even go. So with that being said, I'm gonna be drunk for WrestleMania. I'm letting y'all know that now. Oh my God. I'm gonna be drunk for WrestleMania, even though I don't know, is Gully doing NXT?
He's gonna be on there all day because
listen, I'm gonna be drunk the whole night.
NXT Stand and Deliver is before. It starts at 12, I think.
I'm start drinking. No. Actually, it's at 1. I looked at it today. It starts at 1. That's when my drink starts because it's the WWE.
God. But anyway, make sure y'all go hit up the merch. 15% off until Sunday.
20% off.
Oh, 20. Oh, see, my bad. I'm jipping y'all out of 5%. 20% on the merch. You see the shirts, Coach Donte. I got Coach Donte gear on today too.
I know I gotta get some more gear. I've been slacking. My Spotlight Sports Network hoodie is in the closet. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna make a ramen noodles t-shirt. Another Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar Mania. Yes, that's why I'm gonna have me.
That's gonna be night 2.
That's why even if that's night 2, then I can't drink, but I definitely need an 8th.
The Roman and Brock is night 2.
I definitely need an 8th for that match. I need an 8th for that.
So, but again, make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Everybody's channel is in the description. That's Coach Donte, hardest working man on the network. That's the Spotlight defensive man of the group. And y'all already know who I is. I'm Key. I'm always in the building.
You the Shane McMahon of the group.
No, I'm not. I'm fired. Shane McMahon don't even work for the company.
He gonna be at Mania though. He gonna go get Seth Rollins at Mania.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna be there after that. He there for one night.
So if you're not Shane McMahon of it, then who the hell are you of the network?
I don't know. I'm me. How about that?
No. If you're gonna give me Vince McMahon, you gotta be something. We're not ending this live stream until we figure it out. I do not care.
I don't know. We'll get back to that. But as always, guys, we're in the building again. We'll see y'all in another video,
which is coming up.
Make sure y'all come on back. Donte got the heat in Miami in like 7 minutes. Come on back right here to Spotlight Sports Network.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you. And if you in the hot seat, it's times 2. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew. But we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news. Da-na-na-na.